Hey humans, what's up? I'm Breanne Williamson and you are watching another episode of I Heard She's a Lesbian.
She's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything I'm dreaming of. Hey, the one that I can live without.
So today on this channel, we are gonna get real. And I know if you're part of the B team, you know that we keep it real all the time, but this episode is gonna be really real. Snotty nose, haven't left bed in 48 hours, and my anxiety is at an all-time high real. For real though, okay, how many times can I say real? I can't avoid saying this. For real though, I haven't been doing the best. The last few weeks, my anxiety has been at an all-time high, and I've been struggling with that. For those of you who have been on this channel for a while, you know that I suffer from anxiety. You know that I'm very open about anxiety and my mental health. And you know that I'm always going to be upfront with all of you, because I think that there is a problem with social media in general, that people only share the happy stuff. They only share when their lives are going really well or perfect, and even when they're not going well or perfect, then they edit their life to look that way. That's why on this channel I've always tried to be super open with both everyday hardships and my ongoing struggle with anxiety and mental health. Over the past few weeks in particular, I've had a difficult time with anxiety. It's definitely peaked. I feel like for a while there I kind of had it under control, and then over the last little while I don't. That's just an honest way to say it. I don't have it under control. So yeah, I'm here today with a very bad cold. I've been in bed for about 48 hours straight. Anxiety's at an all-time high, and I definitely thought about postponing filming this video for a variety of reasons. One, I don't think I look great right now. I don't feel my best, and I always want to present a fun presence to all of you. But then I realized that this entire video that I've been planning on recording is about mental health. And what I don't want to do is eliminate the realness and film this on another day that is all sunshine and perfect to film a video about being honest about mental health. That is just so counterproductive. So here I am in a time where I am struggling, and I'm here to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about on this channel for a while, and yeah, just get real with all of you. Before we get into that, I wanted to make a note that if you are struggling, seek help. I am the biggest advocate for therapy, and words cannot describe how much it has helped me. That's why I'm super excited to be partnered up with BetterHelp, who have sponsored today's video. BetterHelp allows you to get professional counseling that is convenient, affordable, and you can do it in the safety and comfort of your own home or a space that feels safe to you. BetterHelp features licensed and credentialed therapists who are certified by their state's board to provide counseling and therapy. BetterHelp is available worldwide and allows you to receive professional counseling wherever you are and whenever you need it. This counseling is available through 4 communication modes, through your mobile phone, your tablet, or your computer. And basically wherever you are, you can talk to a licensed therapist. Something I love about BetterHelp is that they're able to match you to counselors that have expertise in areas that you may not be able to find locally. Specifically when it comes to me and my audience, this is so important because LGBTQ+ issues are something that someone needs to have expertise in and understanding for. And I know a lot of you live in areas where that's just simply not the case. So BetterHelp is definitely an incredible resource for you. So thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and providing a tool for all of you and myself to access therapy from wherever we are in a super convenient and safe way. I do want to mention that BetterHelp is not a crisis line, so if you are watching this and you are in crisis, I have linked in my description box resources to crisis lines so that you can find help immediately. If you'd like to try out BetterHelp, you can head to betterhelp.com, and that link will also be in the description. And as always, I cannot recommend therapy more if you are struggling. It has helped me so much, and I highly recommend you seek help if you need it. So let's get down to it. I've talked a lot on this channel about suffering from anxiety, and today's topic is going to be a little bit different, although I do believe there is a link. Today we're talking about internalized homophobia. Internalized homophobia is defined by the involuntary belief that the homophobic lies, myths, and stereotypes that are told to you throughout your life are true. Obviously, a general sense of self-worth and a positive view of your sexual orientation is critical to your mental health. Unfortunately, because of the society that many of us grow up in, we are constantly reminded that there are people in this world that believe that who we are is either invalid or outright wrong. Through years of hearing these homophobic views and perceptions, it obviously takes a hit on our mental health as LGBTQ+ people, and internalized homophobia begins to manifest itself in various ways. Some of these ways might be denying your sexual orientation to yourself and others, attempting to alter or change your sexual orientation, the feeling that you're never good enough, engaging in obsessive behaviors or overthinking, increased fear and withdrawal from friends and relatives, shame, depression, defensiveness, anger, and overall low self-esteem. These are just a few of the ways that internalized homophobia can affect our mental health. And there are plenty of studies that show that there are a direct link between internalized homophobia and mental health issues throughout life. To me, it makes complete sense that lack of representation, growing up in a heteronormative society, negative stereotypes portrayed on the media would result in you feeling like who you are as an LGBTQ+ person is wrong. Think about it. Since we were kids, we have overheard people or heard people directly talk about that who we are as LGBTQ+ human beings is wrong. That our core being is something that is either made up, invalid, or something to be ashamed of. So here's the thing, some of us, like myself, are lucky enough to have another conversation battling that one. And what I mean by that is some of us are lucky enough to grow up that while we hear those negative opinions about LGBTQ+ people, we also hear positive ones, and we also hear people sticking up for the community and the other side of that argument. Some of us got to see people that we cared about and respected protesting those homophobic opinions. And don't get me wrong, that helps. But let's be real, we're human beings and the negative opinions seem to stick a little bit more. It's like when you post an Instagram photo and you get 9 positive comments and 1 negative one. What's the one that you find yourself focusing on? The negative one. It's human nature. And that's where a lot of heterosexual people don't understand the poor effects on mental health of LGBTQ+ people, because they're like, well, you have these amazing people around you. You have these people telling you that who you are is okay. But as human beings, those moments where you are called derogatory terms, or you see people battling against gay marriage on the internet or in the media, or you see trans rights being taken away in the US military, those moments seem to stick a little bit more. And it's easy for those to manifest into internalized homophobia and thinking that there is a part of you that's wrong. Another really simple example of this is me hearing people in high school being called gay as an insult. They weren't even necessarily using derogatory slang. They were just using the word gay, but it was a way to give someone a punch to the gut and basically tell them that who they were wasn't okay or wasn't cool. So after hearing someone be called this or being called it yourself 100, 200, 300 times over your 5 years at high school, it is natural to begin to associate the word gay with negative connotations. And maybe even worse than the negative is the complete lack of acknowledgement. I grew up with no or very little representation of the love that I had to give on TV, in movies. I sat through years of sex ed with no examples of anything other than heteronormative sexual relationships. And I still to this day get assumed to be straight in almost every interaction with a new human being. So no, I'm not surprised that most, if not all, LGBTQ+ people suffer from internalized homophobia. Because in a heteronormative world where you're constantly asked to prove who you are and beg for acknowledgement and acceptance, you are bound to feel like who you are is something to be ashamed or embarrassed of to some degree. So I like to think that I am the proudest of the proud and that I live so authentically and vulnerably and that internalized homophobia is no issue for me. However, it still peaks out at certain moments, and here's an example. So my girlfriend Julie and I were at Michael's craft store and we were walking around looking for some different options to make a craft for a date night. And while walking around, we were holding hands down one of the aisles. Now, I want to mention for the sake of the story that it was very G-rated hand holding. It was a simple hand hold. We were looking at crafts. We weren't holding each other, we weren't rubbing each other, we weren't kissing, none of the above. So as we were walking down the aisle, this elderly woman turns the corner, and my immediate instinct is to let go of Julia's hand. Isn't that sad? So here's the thing. I've been out for years. I'm totally comfortable in myself. I'm loud and proud. I don't think that there is anything wrong with being gay or who I am. I genuinely believe that. But my instinct in that moment was that something that I was doing was embarrassing. Me holding my girlfriend's hand. And it was something that was either going to offend this elderly lady or something that I should be ashamed of. Long story short, I felt like something that I was doing was wrong. And I would argue that 99 times out of 100, a heterosexual couple in the same situation would not let go of each other's hands. In fact, they might think that the elderly lady might think that they're cute or endearing by holding hands in Michael's craft store. I wanted to make this video and share that story in particular to let you know that wherever you are on your path of living authentically and vulnerably and being proud and LGBTQ and out, you're not alone. So I wanted to share with you a few ways that you can help combat internalized homophobia. Number 1, as silly as it seems, tell yourself you love yourself daily. Number 2, surround yourself with representation and people that support you. So that can mean finding LGBTQ+ friends and allies locally or online. And that's something that I am so proud of the B team for, is that you are all so supportive of one another on top of being supportive of me, and that means the world to me. Comment down below and say, hey B team, what's up? And we'll take that as an invitation to say hi back and support one another. Eliminate people from your life that make you feel less than or invalid. Now, this is tough to do, especially when it is family members, and especially if you are currently relying on your family for resources, more particularly that you're under 18 and you need them for things like housing and food. You have to put your safety at the forefront. That said, if you are in a position that you are able to, I always recommend eliminating toxic individuals from your life, as hard as it may be. The great thing about the LGBTQ+ community is that we always have the opportunity to create a chosen family, and you will be safe here. Number 4, recognize that other people's opinions do not define you. Or said in one of my favorite quotes, what other people think of me is none of my business. And number 5, therapy. Therapy is something that you should never be ashamed of. Just like going to the gym for your physical health, going to therapy for your mental health is mature, it's healthy, and it's making a decision for you that you should be proud of. So with that said, I'd once again love to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. If you've been thinking about therapy, or you have gone to therapy, but you need a new means of accessing therapy, whether that be that you just want to do it in the comfort of your own home, or you want to find a more affordable way to do it, or you need a therapist that has expertise in the area that you need help with, for example, LGBTQ+ issues, then betterhelp.com/Breanne is a great resource for you. I'd like to mention one more time that BetterHelp is not a crisis line, so if you need help immediately, do not hesitate to click the resource link in my description box for crisis lines. There's going to be all the information of where you can get help immediately, and please do not hesitate to do so. Alright humans, so I want to end this video by saying that you are valid, and being gay is nothing to be embarrassed of. In fact, you should be proud. I love you all so much for exactly who you are. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what you thought, and I will see you next time. Bye. I actually remember when I first came out to one of my friends in high school, I said to him, you know what, I like girls, but I'll probably just marry a guy because that'll be easier. He was like, that's really sad. I don't think you should do that. And it's crazy, that was the first time that it had dawned on me that someone who wasn't gay would agree with me that I should probably marry a girl if I was into girls instead of a guy. I genuinely thought that it would be better for me to live a heterosexual lifestyle. I don't know, it's crazy looking back. Crazy. Things do get better. I'll say that. Things do get a lot better. So if you're struggling, just hang in there. Love you guys.
You got that good vibe. I want to spend